Hello everyone and welcome back to RepairPC.com. My name is David and today we're going to be talking about a powerful little utility that's built right into the Microsoft operating system called MSConfig, or this system configuration. So we're going to start by clicking on the start button here, and the way we're going to launch this utility is for Windows Vista and Windows 7 users. You're going to type right into the search box here. If you're using Windows XP, you will actually have a run item in your startup menu that you will select, and that will give you a box to type in your command. Now what you're going to type is MSConfig, MSconfig. Hit enter. You're going to be presented with the user account control prompt. If you're using Windows Vista or 7, just go ahead and hit continue on that. Windows XP users will not see that prompt. Alright, now basically what the system configuration does is it allows you to troubleshoot boot up problems, and things like that, but it also serves as a handy little tool to disable certain startup services or startup programs from running when your computer reboots, therefore helping you to helping your computer to run a little better, a little quicker, especially if you're a little low on RAM. This is definitely going to help you out. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about first the individual tabs across the top. You have the General, Boot, Services, Startup, and Tools tab. We're going to start here at the General tab. This is the one you're going to see when you first launch the utility. You have the Normal Startup at the top, then Diagnostic Startup, and then finally Selective Startup. The Normal Startup here is the option that you should see checked on your machine unless you've done this before. So on my machine, as you can see, the Selective Startup is selected, and that's only because I have made changes to the startup items on my computer previous to now. The Diagnostic Startup gives you a much more stripped down version that you can load in case you're having severe problems with your computer. It will disable a lot of even Microsoft services just to get you up and running in a bare bones kind of environment for you to troubleshoot some more severe problems. So but for what we're using or talking about today, and for the purposes of what we're doing today, just troubleshooting some kind of slow, sluggish types of things that are happening with your computer, we're going to leave it as it is, however you have it here on this screen. Okay, most of you probably have Normal Startup. Alright, next we're going to select the Services tab. Okay, on this tab it's going to show you all the services that are running on your computer. Basically what a service is it's parts of programs that are loaded onto your computer that doesn't necessarily need to have any type of user input. They just kind of run in the background. So that's what those are, and these are all related to some sort of program or operating system program of some sort. Now as you can see, there's quite a large list here of programs, and I'd say a good number of them, if not the majority of them, are Microsoft Corporation services. Those are pretty essential to the smooth running of your operating system as far as all the different components working together in unison. We want to make sure we don't want to change or disable any of those. So in the bottom left hand corner, they conveniently gave us a checkbox in which we can hide all Microsoft services. So we'll go ahead and select that so we don't see those. Now we have the remaining items, the remaining services in our list. Now you still should have a pretty good list here available. We probably don't need 90 to 95% of these programs. And even the remaining amount you probably use only periodically. You don't need them running immediately when your computer boots. So what I suggest is we go here, we click select all, disable all, and as you can see, it cleared all the check boxes next to all of the remaining services. Okay, now the only thing that I do suggest is that you do go back in and re-enable your antivirus software. We want to have those running at boot. We don't want to disable those at all. But all the rest of these are not crucial to the running of our computers, so we want to make sure that none of those are checked anymore. Okay, we're done with this tab. We're now going to go to the Startup tab at the top. This shows you all the programs that are actually loading fully. I mean, these programs are actually sitting there running on your computer every time you reboot it, and it doesn't matter if you're using them or not. They're sitting there using your valuable system resources, memory and RAM, just using them up, and you don't even need them at the time. I prefer for my programs to run when I'm ready to run them. I don't need them sitting in the background using up RAM. So this is especially crucial for those of you who don't have a lot of RAM in your machine. Now, if you've got a lot of RAM in your machine, this may not be as big a deal for you, but for those who have a minimal amount of RAM in their computer, this is really crucial to a computer that runs fairly decently. So what we're going to do on this tab also is we're going to do like we did on the Services tab. We're going to select Disable All, and as you can see, that also unchecked all of our check boxes, cleared all of our check boxes next to all the startup items. So that took care of that. Now, in the same way here, we're going to go back and re-enable our antivirus, and likewise here we have Windows Defender, which is part of the operating system, and we will let those remain. However, the rest will be unchecked. Now, from this point, we'll select OK, and what you will get at that point is we'll show it here in just a second. Okay, now we have the system configuration. It's still letting you know that it wants to restart. Now, you can either go ahead and tell it to restart if you're ready now, or you can tell it to exit without restart if you're not quite ready. So I'm going to select this one, but in your scenario you will probably select restart. Now, once your computer restarts, everything should come back up and run a little bit more snappy, a little less sluggish, and hopefully everything will seem to run a little bit better for you. So that's a quick look at MSConfig, or the system configuration. My name's David, and I hope this has been a great help for you. Hope it gets your computer running just a little bit better, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.